Welcome back here at Washington Holmes Technical Center in another of our series exploring the new offerings of the school. Here with Kirk Thompson, currently the instructor of the brand new digital audio and video program. Now this is exciting and one you're probably going to want to pay attention to. If you're interested in audio, radio production, audio production, music, or if you're interested in video, whether you want to go to work for a television station or produce your own indie films, this may just be the program that gives you the kind of experience, more importantly, the certificate that's going to get the attention of those to whom you're going to have to appeal in order to get those entry-level jobs. We'll be right back with more as we talk to Kirk Thompson and more about the digital audio and video production program right here at Washington Holmes Technical Center in Chipley, Florida. We'll be right back. Welcome back. As mentioned, we're here with Kirk Thompson, currently the instructor of the brand new digital audio and video production program here at Washington Holmes Technical Center. Now, if you're a regular viewer of the show, you've seen some of the other segments that we've done, most recently with Sherry Skipper and the cybersecurity, IT, and web building program, for lack of a better term. Going through that program, you're going to learn all about cybersecurity, how to build your own website, how to administer a network, and again, a great job opportunity. Kirk, I'm excited. I know that you've got to be.
Oh, I'm stoked.
Tell me a little bit about what you're actually going to be doing with this new program.
Well, to give you the complete heads up, we're going to actually start a radio station here, and we're going to actually be teaching people how to actually run the station, and it eventually will be run strictly by students. And we're playing music that Washington County wants to hear, and we'll also be having a lot of programs that'll be giving you information that'll actually be informative to you, and a learning type process going on through that. But more importantly is our classes that are teaching you digital audio and digital video. And we start from the ground level, teaching you which cable to plug into where. And we go right into doing sound, setting up a recording studio, and how much, the cool thing about this is that for every person that you see on camera, there's like 14 that are behind the scenes that you never see. And so there's where we're actually trying to appeal to some of those people so that they know the hands-on as to what to do behind the scenes. We're going to teach you how to set lights. We're going to how to set sound. We're going to teach you how to run a video camera and various, right on down the line through all of that.
Wow, where do you start? First of all, going to something that you said, a lot of people see the glamorous side of being on camera, whether you're the talking head newsreader or whether you're out there in the field as a reporter. What they don't realize is that the people behind the scenes are actually making more money than that person on camera. Those entry-level jobs for radio and television generally around $14,000, $16,000 a year. A good audio or video tech makes at least 2 or 3 times that.
Well,
that's an interesting thing, and and that's what you're going to be preparing people for.
That's the intention, yes, sir. As a matter of fact, I mean, whenever you're talking about the behind-the-scenes people like that, they're the ones actually that are getting the pay. The star is out there fronting the bill a lot of times, so that's the one thing. And yes, we do want to create some stars if that be the case. But at the same time, we're trying to focus on those people that are like me that have a face for radio.
Understand completely, and I've been accused of that too.
Yeah.
Now, the interesting thing, again, going back to that media thing, is that especially in television, but somewhat in radio too, when somebody is fresh out of school, they have got a broadcasting degree or whatever degree they have, and they want to be on air, typically they'll go to 3 or 4 small stations, probably for a year or 2 years each, and be moving around. Mm-hmm. The thrust of Washington Holmes Technical Center, one of the things anyway, is to give somebody the ability to make a living right here at home and not have to travel for that. So, right here in this bedroom community in Washington County, where we've got close proximity to Dothan, Panama City, Tallahassee, even Pensacola, the other direction. So there's lots of opportunities to live right here in this relaxed, great lifestyle that we have, and yet work in some of those more urban areas.
That's correct. And the cool thing about this is with the internet like it is, the sky's the limit, because you can actually live in Chipley, Florida, and actually be doing national projects because of the internet and being able to transfer stuff through the internet and receiving your clientele from that and whatever. So, we're open to a completely new world here. And the cool thing about this, as you mentioned in the opening, was that there's not a lot of offerings of this type of education around. And we did a little research, and we found out that the state has, by the way I understand it, now it may be changing daily, but the last I heard there was only 3 programs that was being offered by the state of Florida for this very program. So it's real unique and being offered in Miami, Orlando, and Chipley, Florida.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Wow. That's pretty amazing. Now, that's the grant system that's set up to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And again, where do you start? Let's start with the nuts and bolts. We're right here on the Washington Holmes Technical Center campus, which is a beautiful campus. It's the jewel of Washington County, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, thank
and
you.
many people don't know it's here.
Yeah.
Very easily accessible, right across from the Ag Center, basically, on Highway 90
Right.
in Chipley. And you've got a relatively older facility, but it's heavy duty. I mean, look at
it's
this.
built
The
right,
the
yeah.
glass windows have the wire mesh in them. They're certainly from a sound point of view, you've got something to work with.
Oh, yeah.
You yourself have been a recording engineer for a lot of years,
That's
musician and recording engineer.
Yeah.
That brings a lot to the table.
Well, yeah, that's, I've made a living actually for the last 15 years doing this very thing. And so I've got the experience. I've actually built I've actually built 2 studios. So that actually gives me the ability or the know-how where all the mistakes were made the first and second time to where we don't make them this time. And the good part is I've been given a building that has lots of room where we can actually build the state-of-the-art recording studio and the video studios that this area could use. And we're going to be actually getting out there and beating the pavement. And you'll see us at ball games and various other effects from time to time.
Nothing brings a community together better than community radio or community television.
Mm-hmm.
We have a twice-weekly newspaper, so arguably it doesn't have a lot of impact. But a community radio station, and then hopefully in the future TV as well, gives you the ability, as you point out, to live broadcast the football games.
Mm-hmm.
Those people that can't make it out there to the cheer competition or the expo at the Ag Center or the whatever the event is, the plays at the schools, can now actually enjoy this on the radio at least, and then
Exactly.
potentially with TV.
Exactly. And the good thing is that Chipley is rich with music also, and I've been on the floor recording the Chipley bands and so forth over the years, and we're going to actually be out there doing that too. So there's going to be a lot of information, a lot of things that'll become access to the public here through our radio and through video media.
Not long ago, Governor Rick Scott, Governor of Florida, was here, met with some business people at Washington Holmes Technical Center in Patillos, and I had the fortune of being there. And he opened the floor for questions, and I asked him what the state was doing, if anything, to encourage more of the hands-on training that would actually get people a job. Right now, we've got what's called the boomerang generation. 35% of the kids, the last I heard, graduating college were moving back home to mom and dad. They couldn't find a job. And when I asked him that question, he said, Paul, he said, you're hitting it on the head, because our daughter just moved back home with an anthropology degree from the University of Florida. She can't find a job. So, it struck a chord with him. The answer, though, Marty Coley was there, Rick Scott, the Secretary of Education for the state of Florida, and all of them agreed that there is more of a focus on the certification programs that will allow people to go out and get a job, whether it's a welder, whether it's a carpenter. Right here, you've got a great culinary program. You've got a great hairdressing program. Mm-hmm. Now you're opening it up to some of the more and I hate to say forward thinking, because all of those other skills are very important.
Oh, yeah.
But now you're addressing the future: cybersecurity, IT and network maintenance, audio and video production, digital, and as you say, you're going to be offering state-of-the-art, whatever that is, over time.
It's going to be the latest and the greatest of everything that's out there.
You've got to be excited. You've got to be proud. And you've got to be just chomping at the bit, ready to get started.
I am, and actually, we just started this week actually with a class. Actually, the guys, we actually have 2 students, and we started in our books and actually given them some information, and we put them through the paces, made them set up a PA system this week several times, and then we tested them on it, and they all passed and did a great job. And I'm just really stoked at this, and this is my first effort at teaching actually on that kind of a basis, where I had students, and that thing is just driving me forward, and I'm loving it, really loving it.
Well, we're going to take a tour of your facility, such as it is now. Kind of bare bones. You've got some equipment laying around, but the plan is to build out over a period of time. You're never going to be done with that because you're always going to be upgrading. You're always going to be changing out sets and that sort of thing. Right now, looking around us, explain a little bit about what your lab is going to consist of and the modules you're going to have in that process.
Well, to start off with, we're in the classroom actually right now setting, and we've got 10 iMacs, and they're going to have the latest and the greatest software on them so that we can be working. And as updates are available for this, we're going to be offering that. The radio station, we're buying brand new gear. We actually bought a license from an existing radio station so that would hopefully try to speed up the process a little bit and getting us on the air. So we've got that part of it. And we're going to be offering a morning show and some things like that, but it's going to be a state-of-the-art facility even for the radio. And we're going to be teaching broadcasting and various things like that. The other thing is that we're going to actually build a full facility with isolation booths and all that for a full-fledged recording studio. So for the musicians that are out there that say, you know, I would like to be able to learn recording, rather than buy some little device that you put in your bedroom and build 4 tracks at a time, you ping-pong it down and start all over again. You know, we're going to teach you how you can do it and make it sound professional, even in that setting. But in the event you wanted to move on to a larger setting, we do have that available to you also. We're buying the latest rig from Pro Tools, and it's going to be just, I mean, it's going to be the bomb. We're going to have all the different microphones that are available, from ribbon mics to condenser mics to dynamics. We're going to be able to have drum mics. And again, this is really something that I've kind of birthed here, and we're really excited about. We're going to offer an annual Battle of the Bands, where we'll go on like to the Farm Center or whatever and have an all-day event. We're going to have a Battle of the Bands, and whenever all the dust settles, the winner of the Battle of the Bands gets a recording project right here at Washington Holmes Tech.
What better way to showcase not just what you're offering, but the forward thinking that the Washington County School District and Washington Holmes Technical Center, now under the direction of Martha Compton, has in mind and is not afraid to get out there, step forward, and push that envelope.
Well, you know, we found that those kind of people are the ones that gets most of the stuff done. So I'm so excited to be on this wagon, I guess is the easiest way to say it. That yeah, I've worked with some forward-thinking people before, and in my opinion, you know, they get things done whenever everybody else thinks, it can't be done. You know, so I'm just delighted to be on board. I'm new, but I've done this for a lot of years, and I'm at the point where I'm excited about teaching other people about that.
Well, and you know, sometimes teachers get a bad rap, but sometimes it's warranted, and sometimes people teach simply by staying one chapter ahead of the rest of the class, and you can do that, sometimes not very effectively. In your case, you're the real deal. You understand, you work with this stuff every single day, have for a lot of years, and you say, made your living doing it. What better opportunity than for somebody to learn from somebody who does it? Now, you're not going to just know the why and the wherefore and the model numbers and the serial numbers and what goes with what, but rather you're going to know the shortcuts, you're going to know why that manufacturer says, yeah, that'll work, but you know in the real world that maybe there's a better workaround. Mm-hmm. So you bring a focus and a direction and an experience level to the table, which typically you're not going to get in this kind of a classroom setting. So I mean, that's got to be new and exciting.
You know, the fact is going back to that, a lot of your software, if you really look at it, and I'm just going to use Windows for an opportunity here, but there's several ways to get to a certain location. You can go this way, this way, this way, or that way. And, you know, depending on what screen you're on, there's a shortcut. And that's the thing that I could pass on to my clients, to my students, and ultimately it does transcend down to the client. In the event that we do have somebody here that or somebody that actually records with one of our people or works with them, they will work more efficiently than the person that's just learned by the book, so to say.
Now, what kind of actual certificate will somebody come away with the audio program that they would actually have as a bona fide to take to a future employee? Well,
it'll be a certificate of completion of this class, but also we're looking at getting certificates, being a certified user of Apple Logic, and we're looking at Final Cut Pro. We're looking at also at Pro Tools. So, we're going to have a certificate beyond just the one of completion here. But, as far as that goes, we're going to be right there at the edge, leading edge. We've also looked at Adobe Premiere as one of the video editing programs that we're going to look into possibly using.
Well, a lot of people go to work at no pay as an intern, radio and television stations. Many times with no experience, they just think they may have an interest, and they end up doing pretty mundane chores. In your case, somebody can do that, not to say they'll get paid, but even if they go to work as an unpaid intern with some experience, a certificate, and the ability to say, yes, I do know how that works, and I would think that if nothing else, it's going to make them run up that chain a lot quicker with this behind them.
Well, I have in times past, and I have to be careful not to say the name of the place, but have worked people that actually graduated from a well-known recording school in my recording studio. And some of them really knew what they were doing. Others had no clue. And, they give you a certificate after several thousands of dollars and tell you that now you're qualified to go out and learn the recording business. Well, they didn't get any hands-on really to speak of. And that's the whole thing that I want to do is we're going to be out and about making a lot of noise out in the community, and we're going to be using our help, our students, to actually put this on so they'll get hands-on experience. So whenever they go out looking for a job, they'll have some footage, some video footage, some audio footage. They'll have something they've done that they'll be able to show that they actually do know what they're doing.
We've actually had employees from that same university you're talking about. And the classes are very large. Some are held at 2 and 3 in the morning, which really appalled me. I couldn't understand that. But what they're doing is they're shoving all these great numbers of people through the program in a very short period of time. There is some hands-on, but if there's 60 people in the class and there's the opportunity for 3 groups of people to work, the bulk of them never even get close to that camera or microphone. They just simply are talking amongst themselves while the class is going on. At the end of the day, they all get the same certificate, but the bulk of them are really not coming away with any real-world experience. So I understand that completely. Martha Compton replaced Tommy Smith here as director and has hit the ground running. She's doing lots of stuff. Tommy was a great guy. He certainly made a lot happen. We're extremely excited about Martha. She brings a different perspective to the table. She's a woman. She's got a lot of energy. And when she told me that she had hired you, she was excited. I was excited. The community has got to be happy. The unfortunate part is that most people don't know what's going on here at Washington Holmes Technical Center. That's part of the effort here. Thanks for taking the time today to speak with us. Best of luck with the program. I know that, it's kind of like watching a duck on a lake. Very serenely, calmly moving on top, but the action's all underneath the surface, and it sounds like it's the way it is right here now. Exactly.
I couldn't describe it better. I for the lack of better analogy, but I feel the same way. I just want to see this thing go from dead stop to wide open. But there's a lot of things that has to go on before that can happen, and we're like you said, we're moving on, but it seems a lot slower than what I want it to happen. But eventually, we're going to get there.
Well, Martha even said that you're going to have a van. It's going to have a full wrap on it, just like any other radio station.
Exactly.
You'll be out and around, maybe even a Marty unit. You'll be able to broadcast live from these
We already have the Marty unit.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
There are a lot of radio stations in Panama City, of which there are 19 radio stations, that don't even have a Marty, and they're a full-fledged corporate radio station. Well, they're still broadcasting over cell phone at football games or basketball games.
Wow.
Yeah. So this excites me. So I just know that you've got to be turning inside, just like you say, anxious to get started.
Yeah.
Again, best of luck. We're going to be revisiting with you over time, and you're gracious enough to allow us in here. Hopefully you'll do that again, and so we can kind of keep up with your progress and let the world know what's going on right here at Washington Holmes Technical Center.
Sounds great.
Thanks, Kirk. We appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Here at Washington Holmes Technical Center with Kirk Thompson, instructor of the Digital Audio and Video program. You heard it. This is exciting stuff, and if you're a regular viewer, you're going to see more of these episodes featuring some of the other programs within the school. Some of them brand new. A lot of them have been here for years, and you don't even know it. From law enforcement to hairdressers, from the culinary program, which in itself is extremely exciting. There's something to offer everyone here. If you're out of a job, if you've been downsized, which is the nice way to say you've lost your job, great place to get some remedial education, prepare yourself for another career. If you're in high school, if you're a young person looking for something to do, come on down here and look at their catalog. There's something literally for everyone, and I know that it's going to be something that's going to catch your attention. More importantly, you're going to get out of here, have the prospect of really getting a job. You're watching Real Florida Magazine, and if you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the show, or maybe there's something you'd like to see featured, just give us a call, drop us an email, or visit our website at realfloridamagazine.org. We'll be right back with more from Real Florida Magazine.